We've all been there, working endless days and nights towards a degree we're not sure if we want. Our minds are always flooded with questions. Is this the right path for me? Do I need to go to grad school after my undergrad? What are the employment rates of my major? Am I doing this because society asks me to, or because I truly want to? I've been there, done that, and now I have two majors that I love, and hopefully would want to continue to pursue them. Phew, what an intro. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Nandini and I'm a rising sophomore studying journalism and dramatic literature at New York University. In this video, I'm going to be giving tips for anybody who's in the process of currently deciding their major or who has taken a major or minor that they're having certain doubts about. If you like this video, consider subscribing to the channel and let's just get right into it. As I mentioned previously, I study at New York University, so this university follows the standard American schooling education system. So I believe that these tips will be most helpful to people who are currently in the same system. A study found that most of the incoming freshmen who come to American universities come in being undecided or undeclared, which basically means that you have not declared your major or your concentration or field of study. For instance, you haven't decided whether you want to study humanities or whether you want to study maths or you want to go to law school in the future. About 70% of the undergraduate students decide to change their major at least once during the course of the 4 years. So please don't ever be in a hurry and feel pressurized to declare your major within your first year or within your first semester even until you're completely sure that that's what you want to study. And if in the future you decide that you want to change your major, please don't feel pressurized to stick with the same one and do change the major when you feel the need, because a study found that 61% of people who do graduate want to come back to their undergraduate education and change their major. So please take your time and make the decision wisely. At NYU, we have different schools for different majors or concentrations. For instance, Stern is the business school, Tisch is the acting school, and CES, or the College of Arts and Sciences, is a general science and humanities school. Whichever university you attend, I'm sure there will be different schools, so research into all the different schools, and whichever broadly piques your interests, decide to dig deeper into that. The benefit of a flexible and liberal education is that you get the first 2 years of your university to dig deeper into your interests or even discover new ones, so please take that chance. You might discover through taking that chance that you like two very different subject areas. For instance, you might like maths and philosophies. Decide to take classes in both of them, and at the end of a year or 2 years, you might end up liking both of them. You might like one over the other, or you might not like both of them. So you can end up with a double major, you can end up with a major or minor, or you might just decide to start again from scratch, which is completely fine and should be normalized. Exploring and researching might sound daunting, at least it was so daunting for me when I first had to make this decision, but it's one of the best, most practical things that you can do to instill the feeling of confidence within yourself that the major that you have chosen for yourself is the right path for you. Look at the different major departments at your university, email their department heads or professors, or even ask your family and friends who have studied the same subject or are studying something similar for recommendations. This whole process is basically like shopping. When you have to decide an outfit, you look at a number of them in the store or you look at them online. Then out of them, you pick a few and decide to try them on. And then finally, you select one or two that are the best fit for you. Do the exact same thing with your courses. Your academic advisor is one of the best, most educated and resourceful person that you can reach out to with all your academic troubles and discoveries. Tell them about your priorities. For instance, you might want to graduate early, or you might want to take summer classes, or you might have other financial concerns. Let them know about all your concerns and then tell them about your interests. For instance, if you're interested in math or something like that, and then they can find out the right courses that are just the right fit for you. Your academic advisor is the best person for you to contact because they will connect you to the right department and will provide you with just the right resources. Keep connecting with them even in the future because you never know when an opportunity might strike up. For instance, I connected with my academic advisor even when I didn't particularly need her, and she just so happened to know an opportunity in one of my majors that I didn't know about, and that is something that I might want to pursue in the future. So keep contacting them because there's no harm in that. I found this one a bit tedious for me because I chose a major that was deemed unconventional, unlike the conventional majors of law, engineering, or medicine, the safe majors. And everyone around me sort of had expectations that I would do the majors that they had done in engineering and law. So we had tough conversations, we had those arduous long conversations, but luckily for me, everyone in the end agreed that what path I'd chosen for myself was probably the best. So take this as a sign and please choose a major that you're genuinely interested in, that you're genuinely vested in, because it's much better to have that one tough conversation than to pursue something that you really don't want to for the next 4 or I don't know how many years of your life. Sometimes the major that you might choose for yourself might have a low employment rate statistically, or it might be deemed as a risky career. For instance, one of my majors, dramatic literature, is a bit risky because I don't get a lot of financial or economic career stability post-graduation, which is why I decided to double major as a backup option. I decided to double major in journalism because that's something that I'm equally interested in as with dramatic literature, and it has a better employment rate, at least in comparison to my other major. But I also understand that doing a double major might not be in the cards for everyone, so try having a different backup option. You might decide to do a dual degree, which is something that is different from a double major, or you might try doing a major or a minor. If you're on the business/entrepreneurial side of things, you can also decide to start a startup or a small business that can pay you back in the future. And finally, to really see if you're interested in a particular major, try working outside of school. For instance, if you're an English literature major, try reading the classics and Shakespeare outside of school. Are you genuinely still interested in dissecting Shakespeare's plays and poetry outside of school, for instance during the summer if you're not doing summer school? Does it genuinely pique your curiosity, or did you just like that one class or one professor? This process is important because sometimes one class might not be the representative of the entire major department. For instance, you might get lucky and get a really good professor who teaches really good content and that flavors with your taste. However, you might realize that other classes in that major don't really interest you as much. This process can also be reversed. Sometimes you might find one bad apple or one class that does not represent the whole major. So keep an open mind and keep exploring. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Hopefully these tips will help you make the right decision. If you like the video, consider subscribing to my channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!